Pain is not a punishment, it's preparation for your next level. Too often, when we face hardship, our first instinct is to see it as something unfair, something we didn't deserve. We ask ourselves, why me, why now? But the truth is, pain isn't life trying to break you. It's life trying to build you. Every moment of discomfort, every setback, every challenge is preparing you for what's coming next. It's sharpening your mind, strengthening your spirit, and molding your character into something capable of handling the blessings and responsibilities waiting on the other side. The strongest people you've ever admired didn't get there without pain. They didn't grow through comfort, they grew through struggle. Every failure taught them endurance, every heartbreak taught them empathy, every obstacle taught them resilience. Pain, in its rawest form, is a teacher. It strips away weakness and exposes truth. It forces you to look deeper, to find out who you really are when there's nothing easy left. It's in those moments, when you're exhausted, when you're frustrated, when you're on the edge of giving up, that transformation happens. Because that's when you stop relying on what's outside of you and start awakening what's inside. Pain trains you to focus. It teaches you patience. It teaches you that progress doesn't come in leaps but in steps, sometimes crawling, sometimes barely moving forward. And that's okay because growth takes time and strength takes testing. Think about a diamond. Before it shines, it's just a rough piece of carbon. But under intense heat and pressure, it becomes something beautiful, valuable, unbreakable. The same principle applies to you. Life's pressure isn't there to destroy you. It's there to refine you. Without the weight, you'd never know your strength. Without resistance, you'd never build endurance. Pain prepares your heart for gratitude, your mind for clarity, and your spirit for greatness. It shifts your perspective from why is this happening to me to what is this teaching me. That small shift changes everything. It turns suffering into purpose, defeat into discipline, and fear into focus. When you realize that every painful experience is setting you up for a higher level of understanding, you stop running from it. You start growing through it, because pain, when embraced with faith and perseverance, becomes the bridge between who you are and who you're meant to be. Growth never comes from comfort, it's born from struggle and endurance. The moments that truly shape you are never the ones where everything feels easy or predictable. They're the moments when life stretches you beyond what you thought you could handle, when the pressure feels unbearable and the outcome uncertain. Comfort is where dreams go to sleep, because nothing new is born in a place where everything stays the same. When you're comfortable, you're safe, but you're also stagnant. You don't reach, you don't stretch, and you don't discover what you're capable of. Growth begins the moment you step into the unknown and confront the discomfort that comes with change. Struggle is the soil where strength grows. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, every time you refuse to quit when it hurts, you're building the foundation of your future self. Endurance isn't something you're born with. It's something you earn through repetition, through failure, through persistence. Every setback that you survive increases your capacity to handle more, to become more, to expect more from yourself. The people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who endured what others couldn't, who kept going when the path turned uphill. Struggle builds depth. It teaches patience, resilience, and humility. It makes you appreciate the small victories, and it reminds you that nothing worth having ever comes without effort. Growth requires pressure, just like a seed must break through the soil to reach the light. That process is painful but necessary. Without the struggle of pushing through the dirt, the seed would never see the sun. The same applies to you. You can't become stronger if you always avoid difficulty. Every time you challenge yourself, you expand your limits, you redefine what's possible, and you train your mind to stay steady under pressure. The discomfort you feel in the process is proof that you're evolving, that you're no longer standing still. True growth is uncomfortable because it forces you to confront your weaknesses, face your fears, and break old patterns that no longer serve you. It's the path of endurance that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The struggle you face today is not there to punish you but to prepare you, to stretch your capacity so you can hold greater success, greater peace, and greater strength in the future. The greatest victories belong to those who refuse to quit when it hurts most. It's easy to stay committed when things are going well, when the path is clear, and the rewards feel close. But the true measure of a person's strength is not seen in their moments of comfort. It's revealed in the moments of struggle. Pain tests your resolve, it questions your faith, and it challenges your purpose. When everything inside you wants to stop, that's when your character is being forged. Quitting might bring temporary relief, but it also kills progress. Every time you push through the pain, you move closer to your victory. It may not happen overnight, but persistence builds momentum, and momentum eventually leads to breakthroughs. The people who accomplish extraordinary things are not necessarily more talented or more privileged. They are simply more resilient. They keep showing up even when the world tells them to give up. They understand that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Every great achievement, whether in sports, business, or life, is a story of endurance, of someone who refused to stop when it got hard. The struggle is not a sign that you're failing. It's proof that you're fighting for something meaningful. Pain is part of the process, and victory is its reward. The harder the journey, the greater the glory that follows. When you refuse to quit, you teach yourself that your willpower is stronger than your pain, that your purpose is greater than your doubt. Every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. Every failure a lesson that strengthens your resolve. The distance between where you are and where you want to be is often just one more push, one more try, one more day of believing when it doesn't make sense. The greatest victories are born in the moments of greatest resistance. Those who endure the storm emerge wiser, stronger, and more focused than ever. Quitting stops the story, but persistence rewrites it. When you keep moving despite the pain, you build a version of yourself that's unstoppable. You discover that every ounce of pain has purpose. Learn to embrace it, not escape it. In life, pain often arrives uninvited, breaking into moments of peace and comfort. It shakes your confidence, tests your patience, and challenges your understanding of what you can endure. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid pain, running from anything that feels uncomfortable, uncertain, or demanding. But the truth is, every experience of pain carries a hidden message, a lesson designed to help you grow stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Pain isn't meaningless. It's a signal that something within you is shifting, evolving, and preparing for transformation. When you learn to embrace it rather than resist it, you begin to see that it's not there to destroy you, but to develop you. Every heartbreak teaches compassion, every failure teaches humility, and every disappointment teaches perspective. The pain you face becomes a mirror reflecting what you still need to heal, what you still need to strengthen, and what you still need to understand about yourself and the world around you. It's easy to see the purpose in joy, but true wisdom is found when you can also see the purpose in struggle. When you stop fighting against your pain, you start to use it. You start to channel it into progress, into motivation, into growth. The strength that comes from pain is not found in avoidance, but in acceptance. The more you resist it, the more power it gains over you. The more you embrace it, the more it transforms into fuel for your journey. Pain has a way of teaching lessons that comfort never could. It humbles your pride, deepens your gratitude, and reminds you of your resilience. The people who achieve the most meaningful success in life aren't the ones who never felt pain. They're the ones who faced it, learned from it, and allowed it to refine them instead of define them. Pain introduces you to your true self. It reveals what really matters and what doesn't. It teaches you patience in chaos, faith in uncertainty, and courage in fear. Every tear, every setback, every scar carries a story of survival and growth. The purpose of pain is not to keep you broken, but to push you toward becoming whole, to awaken strength you didn't know you had, and to shape the foundation of the person you are meant to be. The moment you decide to push through, you discover who you truly are. Life has a way of testing every fiber of your being, placing you in moments where giving up feels like the only option. But it's in that very moment of exhaustion, when your body is weak and your mind is filled with doubt, that your true self begins to emerge. Strength isn't built in the easy moments, It's revealed in the hardest ones. When you make the conscious decision to keep going despite the pain, you uncover layers of resilience you never knew existed. You find a version of yourself that's more powerful, more focused, and more determined than the one who started the journey. Every time you push through the struggle, you prove to yourself that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. The limits you once believed in begin to fade because you realize they were never real. They were only walls built by fear, doubt, and hesitation. The act of pushing through pain is transformative because it strips away the illusions of weakness and introduces you to your inner strength. It teaches you discipline, patience, and the power of perseverance. When you refuse to stop, you begin to see that pain doesn't define you, it refines you. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start recognizing yourself as the creator of your destiny. In those moments of struggle, something powerful happens within your spirit. You start believing in yourself not because things are easy, but because you've proven you can handle the hard. You begin to respect yourself on a deeper level because you know what it took to keep standing when life tried to knock you down. Every challenge you overcome builds your confidence and shapes your identity. The person who pushes through pain is not the same person who entered it. They evolve, they strengthen, and they grow. When you reach the other side of struggle, you look back and realize that it wasn't the victory itself that defined you. It was the fight. It was the decision to move forward when everything inside you screamed to stop. That decision reveals your character, your courage, and your potential. It's in pushing through pain that you meet the version of yourself capable of achieving greatness, the version that was always there, waiting to be awakened.